A lot of folks have been asking me lately, Nick, how'd you get so big? You know, as a matter of fact, I walked into Spanish class the other day. La professora was checking me out. She said, Nick, how did you get so damn big? I said, simple, Professor. Just guzzling down sloppy Nicholases. Needless to say, she thought I was making sexual advances or whatnot. But 3 weeks later, when she was guzzling them down, she started seeing changes that I don't think I've ever seen in the doctor world or any of that, Well, where do we start, She comes in. 2 beautiful baby boys from out of nowhere. Fresh set of tits from out of nowhere. And I'd say it might have something to do with the sloppies, We each have our own opinions, but, connect the evidence with the findings, as they say. Now, nevertheless, I'm guessing you guys might want to know the info, Learn how to make this testosterone boosting snack for yourselves. I say it with warning, fellas. This isn't something you can just go willy-nilly. This is gonna really change your world. So take notes and let's get right into it. So here we are at the ingredients table. First thing you're going to want to need, a nice large onion. Don't go dilly-dallying with those small ones. You never know what they might do. Alright, next up, butter. You see, butter is essential because, well, it's essential. And then next up we got our boy, cream cheese. Cream cheese is a fine spread, one of the finest, if I may say. Kirkland Signature, nice light cream cheese. Next up, a little bit of Monterey Jack cheese. The flavor doesn't matter too much. It's just about, flavoring our taste buds up with something nice. Shake it up a bit, Next up, we got the main course. We got the beast. This is a fine beast in the packaging. I'll get more on that later, but you do want to get your beast in the packaging like this. As you can see, it's a tough open. A good beast isn't going to let you just open him up with ease. You're going to have to battle a bit. So there we go. Let's take a look at the redness. See what we're working with. Oh man, it's a killer redness. I know it's going to be a nice beast. Lastly, but not leastly, the bagel. Now, I bet you guys know where this is heading. Well, maybe not. But let's get right into it. You rolling? Alright. Now, we're here in the kitchen right now, about to cook up some sloppies. But the first step, before you even start, a lot of people go wrong here. It's pan choice. This is stainless steel. It's the only way to go, fellas. You mess around with all that plastic and stuff, you're in for a nightmare, an estrogenic nightmare. Now, let's just start here heating up the pan. So with the pan warming up, we'll throw a little butter on there, a little bit of that Kerrygold's, and you can do oil too. Oil, butter, doesn't matter too much. Just getting something in the pan. It's nicely softened, pretty well done. Get that around there. See that up there on the camera? Pretty nice. Now, one of the key steps of making meat is you want to get that pan nice and hot first, especially when we're rocking with cast iron. You know, you just want to make sure you got a nice toasting point on it. And like I mentioned earlier, plastics. You know, I did a presentation on plastics, killer presentation. Essentially, what I was talking about in those presentations was, well, you know, the bad effects of plastic, all that. So, we got our beast sort of similar to how my guy Squanto gets them. Nice and firm in the parchment paper. You know, Squanto wasn't around in a time with plastics and, you know, all of those microplastics and all that are popping up now. So, get your beast in a nice parchment. You know, out in the wild, as I say. Alright, so we got beast going in here. Got a nice sizzle coming on here. Crack in our beast. It's a fine beast, actually. Good redness. You can tell it was a well-educated cow. You know, what they say is, the wiser the cow, the redder the beast. Now, you might be wondering my credentials. Fair enough. I'm one of the best chefs in the world. As a matter of fact, I served under Mohammed Yurians, one of the finest chefs in the district, in the land. Taught me a thing or two about how to whip up a beast, whip it up just like that. You know, it doesn't come easy. With lats like these and chests like these, they sometimes get in the way when cooking up a beast, but as you can see here, I know what I'm doing. You're in good hands, guys. One of the things about cooking on live television and all that, sometimes you run into some technical difficulties. But about how you can overcome them things. Yeah, Tom. Yeah. This is an optional step, but olive oil, you know, cold press, the only way to do it, guys. Cold press. Listen. Cold press olive oil going in. This is a 95.5% beast, so naturally we're gonna need a good amount of oil. All right, so you're gonna want the beast to be fully cooked before we add our other ingredients. You know, as much as we like to pretend we're primal and all that, it's important to set up your beast for success. We're setting up for success. Be afraid to add a little movement into your creations, you know. Get down, you know. Food can feel who's cooking. And it's important to, you know, cook it with that passion. All right, overhead cam going on. We got onions coming in here. Onions coming in. One of my favorite parts. Really starts to smell up the place real nice. Real nice with the onions. Forgot to put this one in the ingredients list, but it's necessary. Spinach. Onions are doing good over there. Spinach, you know, it's important. Because, you know, it's just important. Eat your greens, guys. Eat your greens. Toss that bad boy in. Cold greens. The fine greens. A fine day to be some greens, I tell you what. Maybe not. Gonna be gnawing on these bad boys. Get them things going. Okay. Check my overhead cam there. Another extra ingredient, forgot to mention to you guys, but important. These boys right here, garlic. Now, garlic is the finest thing you can do with your life. Just consuming garlic, you know. You wake up, garlic. You're gonna take a sloppy and guzzle it down. Garlic, natural. So, there you go. So we're just gonna toss in a little garlic here. Nothing crazy. We add it a little later, just so it doesn't burn up, you know. It's important. It's important. Oh yeah. You can smell when the garlic's been added, fellas. You can smell when the garlic's been added, fellas. It's a beautiful smell. We're making a little mess here, but that's what good cooks do, you know. It's not always going to be so nice in the kitchen. You know, it's not always going to be so nice. You know, I was working with this guy, working with the top chef. He said, you know, Nick, you're a frickin' excellent chef. You are a frickin' excellent chef. And you know, your station, it's usually clean. It's usually a clean station. I said, sir. I said, yes, sir. He said, you remind me of a pastry chef, young man. I said, you're right. You know, I'm flabbergasted at you recognizing that. And wow, you know, I thank you for that, man. Deep down. Anyways, enough jibber jabber. We're back to cooking. Overhead cam's still rolling for some reason. Alright, so we got 740 left to roll here. But we're pretty much done. You know, after this, I'm gonna snap, and we're gonna do this cool thing, and we're gonna go to the plating, and it's gonna be pretty freaking awesome, guys. So, overhead cam going on. Cheese this thing the heck up, guys. Like I said, the cheese doesn't matter too much. Get a little Fiesta Mexican blend if you're feeling Mexican. Get some Monterey Jack if you're feeling like Monterey, you know? Or maybe some Italian if you're feeling like, I don't know, Italian. Cheese is the key here though, guys. The cheese is the key. While that's cranking, guys, we're gonna turn on our air fryer. Because we don't do bagels in the toaster, guys. We do not do bagels in the toaster. We're gonna crank up the air fryer to 400. We're gonna toast that bagel on both sides even. See, things are getting a little hectic in the kitchen. I'm moving around. Take my shades off so I can get a closer look. Yeah. 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 Okay. That's freaking fantastic. All right. Overhead cam. What's going on? We are done. I'm gonna snap, and we're gonna get to plating just like this. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Plating. Now here we are at the table, assembling our sloppy. Now, assembling a sloppy is a life-changing experience, so I might just let you guys listen to the natural sounds of a sloppy being born. I might throw in some Japanese subtitles of random inspirational quotes, but you can't count on me for that one. Fellas, don't go light on your sloppy meat. Sorry to break your peace, but loading up a sloppy is not something you can go light on. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Alright. Let's get that first bite going. I know what you're thinking. You're like, alright, this guy made one of the finest creations known to man. But why exactly should I try it, you know? Why should I try it? Well, that's why I got some of the greatest sloppy enjoyers known to man and gathered them in a room and told them to say some testimonies on the matter. Here's that.
Is this on? This is on. Okay. Let's see. Testimonies. Okay. Well, the first time I had a sloppy Nicholas was... I'm just messing. I don't even have to think. Second grade, Miss Summers' class. She said, "Students, be ready. A special guest is coming in, presenting you with some new food." I said, what could it be? You know, we got ground beef. We got, you know, salmon and all that. What more could they give us, you know? So naturally, I was a little skeptical. But when I guzzled down my first sloppy, oh my goodness. You should have seen Miss Summers' face that evening. She said, you know, "Sam, your balls have grown 4 times the size since that sloppy. Don't think I haven't noticed. And your friend Suzanne over there, looks like she got some chest hairs now." So that's all I gotta say. Pass it over to my boy Lorenzo. He's on? He's on. Okay. First time I had a sloppy Nicholas was like second grade. You know, nothing crazy. Second grade. Miss Summers' class. Never forget the day. Miss Summers, the next day after I guzzled down a sloppy, she said, "Lorenzo, your penis is huge." I said, "Damn straight, professor. I don't know why I called her professor in second grade, but it's just what I do. That's all for me."
Let's see, is this thing on? Is this on? Perfect. Sloppy Nicholas's fun topic. Let's say, first time I guzzled down a sloppy. I'm just messing with you guys. Second grade, Miss Summers' class. Let's just say, experience of a lifetime. You know, I'm not one to enjoy having the big balls. I don't really like seeing them. But let's just say, when I was in the shower the next day, I had to retell the story to Miss Summers. I was like, "Miss Summers, those sloppies, they were insane." Yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say, really.
What's up, y'all? Couple sloppies down and we're back. You heard the testimonies. You heard exactly what it means to be a sloppy enjoyer. I think it's just up to you guys now, you know, go out in that kitchen and fix yourself up some frickin' sloppy Nicholases. Let's see.